My name's Simon Harrison. I'm the principal and owner of Belle Property at Cove and Belle Property at Hunters Hill. Yeah, Steve was actually introduced to me by a very good friend who was actually at the time also a Belle Property principal who used Steve and was very happy with his services and introduced me, and that's how it started. Yeah, look, it just makes it so much easier. So the beauty of using Steve is he chatted to me about where we like to travel, my wife and I, how often, where we like to go on holidays, and then sort of broke down, what are the right cards to use and how we're going to maximise our point services. In dealing with Steve and his team, whenever we want to go away now, we just put through a request with some rough dates and they come back to us, get on the search and find us some great options. I run two businesses, so I'm very time poor, so it's great that Steve and his team they're very skilled at what they do, so it just takes a lot of the hassle out of booking holidays, looking for point services or point offerings. They do all of that for myself and my wife, which really helps when we want to go on holidays. We just, as I said, send through the request of where we'd like to go, some rough dates and so forth, and the options start coming back in, so it's a very, very easy service. Traditionally, I always used to fly some business, some premium economy, sometimes economy. Now we basically just fly business and sometimes first class. So I'd say the quality of travel that my wife and I undertake these days has definitely taken a jump up. And it's always nice to fly at the point end of the plane. Oh, they love it, of course. So I think the benefit of getting business class travels, particularly long haul, you just can't beat it. My wife doesn't want to go back to economy now, so we're a bit spoiled for choice. But I think from a family point of view, as I said, we're all flying in the business class section, first class in many cases, so it's just a much more luxurious and easier way to travel, no question. The beauty of finding flights through Steve is I don't do anything. As I said, from my point of view, we just put through preferred dates. We like to give as much notice as we can because then you have a far greater chance of getting the flights and the dates that you're looking for. And then Steve and his team go out searching and they basically come back with various different options, and it's not uncommon for them to come back with 2 or 3 different options and different legs and different layovers and times and so forth. Then I sit down with my wife, we look at what's going to be the best for us. Look at sort of different legs and different routes, and then we make a decision. So in terms of what we do in that process, it's really just about assessing the options and making the call on the one that we think is most suitable. I think the savings are enormous. I mean, to be honest, I suppose the fees and so forth that I pay Steve and his team absolutely cover themselves tenfold. So in the last 24 months, we've travelled to Europe twice, to the States twice, all through Steve and his service. So if we're buying business class tickets, I'd hate to think what that actually would cost. And it's all done through points. So it'd be tens and tens of thousands of dollars, no question. The advice I'd give you is just make the contact straight away. And you might find it's right for you, or you might find it's not right for you, but you need that information. So sitting down with Steve a couple of years ago, he not just assessed not just my business, also my personal spending, and we're just getting the most out of the points and the spending that we do as a family. So the advice I'd give you is make the call, reach out. You definitely won't be disappointed. It's a great service and it's huge value add. I think they do the best with what they can. The problem with a lot of people when they're travelling is they sort of, I want to go at these dates, and sometimes they don't give enough notice. So I'd say the thing that, and it's probably not a recommendation for Steve, it's probably more a learning for me, and if you do decide to use Steve's services, just get your planned holidays in as soon as possible, because that just gives Steve and his team so much more opportunity to find the right flights and you won't be disappointed. So I think if you spring on last minute holidays, they still do their absolute best, and 8 times out of 10, you end up flying anyway, but you just don't want to be disappointed. So the advice I'd give to anyone thinking of this service and to people who are listening is just get your holiday bookings in early, and that way it just means you won't be disappointed. You get the dates you like and the best legs.